here, 72 Paths, you see me. You see me. Um, we're starting the Black Masculinist news feed, right? I actually decided to call it that last week's show. I decided it needed an upgrade beyond current events because these are things that I think are relevant to black males on a variety of levels, even if it may only seem so in an abstract capacity. So why don't we jump in? First things first. In 2020, black males lost 3 years of life in 6 months. I'm going to let you look at that. I'm going to let you look at that. Look at that again. 2020, black males lost 3 years of life in 6 months. Change in life expectancy by gender, race, and ethnicity, 2019 to 2020. Yeah. But I'm just making stuff up, right? Yeah. I'm just here talking about men because I hate women. There's nothing really going on. I just want to return to the good old days where black men are patriarchs who beat their wives and rape their children. And yeah, that's what I want. This is ridiculous. Shout out to Floyd Jarvis, black masculinist on Facebook. The brother does outstanding work. He's been a colleague of mine for a number of years now. I appreciate him. He posted this the other day, and I hadn't run across it. But, the data comes from the National Center for Health Statistics, National Vital Statistics System, mortality data, right? And it deals with just that. Life expectancy in the U.S. Fell by a full year in the first 6 months of 2020 during the coronavirus pandemic, largest drop since World War II, right? The group that suffered the largest decline was non-Hispanic black males, whose life expectancy dropped by 3 years. When quoting theorist William A. Smith, Jarvis actually gives us some understanding, some context. Smith says, it is often difficult to see black males as vulnerable because of their maleness, despite works by authors such as Calvin Hurton, David Marriott, and James Baldwin that describe the racism against black men as a function of their sexual vulnerability to women and other men in a white supremacist society. Our present gender order understands claims of black male vulnerability to be more akin to masculinist apologetic than I think it means masculinist apologetics than a signifier that directs one to the historical conditions that continue to endanger the lives of black men and boys. The aversion to black men that conditions, the aversion to black men that conditions their vulnerability to others is best understood as a particular type of misandry. Okay, so I think there might have been something left out of that, but nevertheless, he's absolutely right, right? Then he quotes from Tommy Curry in The Man Not, anti-black misandry is an exaggerated pathological aversion to it, black males that is created and reinforced in societal, institutional, and individual ideologies, practices, and behaviors, including scholarly ontologies or understanding of how things exist, axiologies, and epistemologies. Like black misogyny or aversion toward black women, black misandry exists to justify and reproduce the subordination and oppression of black males, right? Why I can't commit at least erecting edifices of racial and gender inequality. I think I know what happens. I copied and pasted this from Facebook, and I think there were some errors that didn't go through properly when I pasted it in. Nevertheless, my apologies to Dr. Smith and Dr. Curry. The point engaged here is that there's a direct and targeted assault on black men, and our obliviousness to it is a statement in and of itself. It speaks to the degree to which we can avoid understanding what black men endure. So here's a little clip where we can actually see a little bit of the news on this matter and hear what has to be said.
Life expectancy in the U.S. fell by a full year in the first 6 months of 2020, the largest drop since World War II. According to a new report from the National Center for Health Statistics, life expectancy at birth for the total U.S. population was 77.8 years, a decline of 1 full year from what it was in 2019. The group that suffered the largest decline was non-Hispanic black males, whose life expectancy dropped by 3 years. Deaths from the coronavirus are the main factor in the overall drop, according to the report. And joining us now, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio.
All right. So I play that just so people don't think I'm making stuff up. You'd be surprised the accusations you get when you advocate for black men and boys. But nevertheless, you know, this is the condition. This is the state we're in, right? We're actually losing in terms of quality of life, losing years on our lives, and yet no real acknowledgement. I know that. So again, you know, you can find stuff in media, especially if you're looking for it, or you have people who are looking for it for you. But how many of us actually heard this in any mass kind of way? And did anybody hear anyone pushing for something to be done about it? I didn't. You guys tell me, right? When you talk about the life expectancy of black males, how is it that this goes ignored? It really makes no sense, right?